just gonna make a quick video on the micro auction inflection point from yesterday. Pardon my voice, I'm a little under the weather. I'm sick right now, so I'll have to keep it kind of short. So this is a 30-minute footprint. We can see the auction right there. I shared a 4-hour footprint, I think, last time. 30-minute will show it a little more clearly what I'm trying to show. So during the overnight, it looked below it a little and fell, but it was mostly holding, and then it went outside. It's a little similar to last time. It went outside, and then it sold down off the open. Well, the overnight part was similar, where it was like mostly above. Can't remember when it sold down last time. I think it was similar. But this time we opened above. We sold off pretty quickly, tested below that prior 30-minute bar there. Sold right back down, closed below VWAP, closed right below the inflection as well, and just kept on holding in here. Let's see. Yeah, so then it went down here, bounces back up, tested right above it and filled, came back down inside, then back tested. Took a while. It was kind of like we can see most of the volumes trading at the bottom and below, which shows, an auction that wants lower prices. It's struggling to hold up inside. It's not even being able to test the top end here. And it's mostly holding below VWAP, a lot of this volume. So it was kind of looking like we would have a bearish bias. I just caught a really good short. I'm still holding runners right now. It's getting late in the day. I'm probably going to close those really soon here. We're after 3, so I'll explain that while I'm at it, though. So yeah, I really love setups like this. So we kind of got that bearish bias. We can't get back up to test the RTH open or the 30-minute opening range high. We can't get back up into the upper end of value. It was in a different area earlier, probably up here somewhere, but couldn't test that. And struggling to hold VWAP, struggling to hold 30-minute opening range low. And then we can see this low volume node area where it breaks out. That was quite a nice push below it. If it barely tests below it and goes back up, it's not going to really tell us, it could potentially fail and then we could go back to high a day. But the way that it was just kind of, it was almost like it was flagging, So if you get like a couple bars like this where it's like a higher low, but it's really struggling, it's not like it's blasting off, it's basically kind of flagging. Sometimes it will still take off, but we can see low volume above too, though. Low volume taper. And then we can see kind of this distribution here. But I was really especially interested in this LVN, which coincides with this pivot. It just, I first started shorting it a little early, but then I got it right as it was clipped it and came back down, and I added some right here as it went down, and then it flushed really hard. And then I exited a lot of it down here near the low of the bar, like in this area, because we keep seeing, signs of potential buyers in that area, but it looked like it could potentially flush, which it did, but that's why I held runners. In hindsight, it'd be nice to hold all of it for that flush, but it was looking like it might, bounce back up and test again. And I didn't want to just be left holding the bag. I'm not a big fan of that. I like to You'll probably notice a lot of traders like to trim the position as it goes in their favor. I'm also a big proponent of that. It really just helps your risk a lot. It helps the emotions. One of the most um, one of the worst things is when you're holding the entire bag and then it's like it doesn't get the flush, comes all the way back up and runs this high. It puts you in a really difficult spot, because you're left wondering, is it going to break or is it going to fill again, and then you're going to end up taking a loss instead of, if you would have been trimming as it's coming down, you still would have made a decent profit, selling like 50 to 75% typically, and then old runners. It's still going, so this was like a bit of a spot here to kind of lean against. When it went back up, it couldn't get it, or I didn't really see it happening, but I'm assuming that it probably went back up into that again. Let me see. Yes, we got like a little micro auction right now, so yeah, if it went up here and started building volume above this right here, especially with time of day and everything, I would just exit. It could potentially just keep flushing, but you never know. But I wouldn't really want to give back all those profits on something like that. It's starting to get a bit extended too, so if it got back above that, it's just so much more likely that that we're going to see shorts who are in profit. They're going to start profit taking, and then the trap shorts from this little area, they're going to start covering. It's going to give too many flows in that direction. I wouldn't want to go against that. Let me see if there's anything else I missed. Wouldn't be surprised if it went back up to test it. Let's see, what was I? Let me see here. Yeah, this was priority value area high as well. So a little bit of confluence on that. And also for this as well. So we're getting kind of extended here, but it could potentially flush this. And I had a key area down here at 58.47. That'd be kind of wild if it tested that and bounced. Yeah, sometimes it'll flush prior day value and go back up inside. That's a decent setup as well, if everything's adding up. Okay, we got 58.47 tests there. Okay, I might just want to keep flushing a little more. But yeah, failure to get back above that. It wasn't like the biggest thing in the world, but it was kind of like our most recent RTH little auction, it's a micro auction. So it was kind of a nice little key spot, and the way it aligned with VWAP once we sold back down here was good. We want to see most of that volume below it if we're going to be taking shorts. So yeah, I hope that gave some ideas on, how to build that bias a little bit and everything like that. I just want to make sure I'm not leaving anything out. There's a little bit of a, it's kind of like a high volume edge, but it doesn't go into very low volume. There's a decent amount of volume. traded up there. But still a good spot, you know. When they're absorbing, it's showing that it's rejecting against that. So this would have been pretty nice here as well. Yeah, so that pretty much covers it though. Take care, guys.